Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another SQL session. In this session, we'll be talking about case case statements. Right. So, case statement is very interesting statements to discuss in SQL, and it comes in very handy, especially when you want to run some conditionals. Okay. So, case statement is like your It's just like your if statements, okay, in Python. But I think another one that really explains it is switch statements, okay. So if you know switch statements, then you would understand case statements very well. All right. However, I would show us how to apply case statements. But before we talk about how it is, we would have to deal with the why. All right. So, why do we need case statements? First of all, we need case statements. We need case statements um, when we want to, let's say, add another column with based on certain conditions. All right. So it could be complex conditions, it could be simple conditions. All right. So we use conditions to create a column. Let's just see how this works. Okay. So now I have my student registration table, which is students select all from students registration. registration. Okay, so when I run this, I have my 26 rows and I have this table. Now, I want to look at this age column and I want to segment it. I want to create another column that tells me if this is 25 years or this is 28 years. It should probably tell me this is an adult. This 25 it should probably tell me this is a young adult. you know yeah, so let's see what we can do. All right, so that's what we want to do. All right, like create a particular column that gives a result or a value based on some conditions that has been used some conditions that are applied on this column. Okay, so it gives you a value based on conditions applied on this column. So let's see what we could do. So I would say, okay, my SQL magic, and then I would just probably select a few columns here. So I would like to bring out the person's name. Let's say first name, last name, and let's say the age. Then I want to bring out the case. Okay, so let me go to my notepad and explain this case statement. Okay, now to work on this case, the first thing you have to do is it starts with a case, okay, and then it ends with an end. All right. Now, in between the case and the end, we have the when clause. So we say when something when there is a condition, we put the condition here, okay. If this condition is met, then we put the then keyword and the value we need. You could continue with another when. Okay, when you do this, you could just say else, just like a if else statement, right? So we just say else, then just a value, then we end it. All right, so that's just how it is. This is how you would display it. All right, so let's see what we have. Let's see how we could apply this in our notebook. So I will just push this to a different line. Okay. So just the way we represented it, I would put an end here. I'll put an end here. Okay. so I won't forget. Then I can now write my things in between. A lot of people prefer indenting this, like probably move it and then start writing their query. So you could do that, or you could just just put it just for clarity's sake. Let's do that. So now I want to say when this age, my age column is, let's say, when it is less than or equal to 25. Okay, then I want you to say something like youth. All right, then I come here and let me move this. So when I come here, I say when age is, let's say, greater than 25. Okay, and I could just use when age is between. I could use between, say, 25, or let's say 26, and let's say 28. Then would have maybe a young adult. All right. Then I could just go with another. What? Okay, I could just use, since I could just use else. Else, it should be an adult. All right. And I say end. Okay. So I might put an alias, but let's see how this is going to come out. So let's not forget that when we do all this, then we write the from keyword. Okay. So we're going to say from which table students registration. And then we run this. When we run this, you can see what happens. So based on our query, it has created a new column. It's calling it case. All right. So it says John, age is 25, and based on what we said, John is youth. Look at it. If the age is less than or equal to 25, so anyone who is 25 years old and younger, this is 24, would be a youth. This is 23, would be a youth. So anyone who is between 26 and 28 would be a young adult, and this is 28. This is Jane is a young adult, 27. So these are 26, so they are meeting the conditions. Now we also said else adults, so this else would mean anyone who is not within these two categories. So that means the person would have to be above 28, right? So we could see that the adults are above 28, 32, 29, 31. All right, so you could see that, right? So this is an interesting statement to use. Okay, so this is case. We don't want it to be case. So like we'll come in front of this end and we'll put the alias. So I want this to be what will I call this? Let's just put status for lack of proper word to use. And we run this and you can see, so that will be the name. Okay, that will be the name, and these are the conditions that are met. So you could use case for a lot of instances. All right, so case does a lot of things. It's you could create a column to represent different things. All right, so I could go further. I could create as many cases as possible. All right, so I could go further, and let's look at the table. If we could also probably think of another logic to generate. All right, so I would have created something that will look at this particular column to bring out my employment status. Probably for every student, it should say unemployed, because this is what this column looks like. But since we already have a column um, that satisfies that condition, the employment status column, so there is no need. All right. So, however, let's look at another table. So I created a table called shipment table. All right. So let's just see how it looks like. So select all from shipment. All right. So it's more like a shipment, or like taking a truck. These are the drivers. So they move this truck from the, let's say, from the warehouse to the destination, and this is the quantity of the truck, okay, and you are now asked to run some kind of analysis on this. So i I intentionally did this because I wanted us to do some more manipulations on the date, right? So let's see what we can do here. Now, what I want to get from this is, I want to check if I want another column that is going to tell us if this is a weekend or a weekday. All right. So if this person drove the truck on a weekend or on a weekday. All right. So how can we do that? We have to do that from the date. But before we do that, I would like to show us something. All right. So let me go to let me run this query SQL and select. Let's select which of the columns. So I would select shipment dates, all right, because I would like to show her something. So I will select shipment dates, okay, from shipment. When I run this, I'm seeing just the shipment date, right? So this shows me this is 1st of June 2023, 2nd of June. So it just gave me in order, right? That okay. Now I want to extract the month. I want to extract the month. Usually, if I was using my SQL, it would have been easy to just write months and then I would put shipment date. This would have worked if it was SQL. Unfortunately, in Postgres, that is not so. So, but how can we make this work? So, in Postgres, I would say months from shipments. Okay, shipments underscore date. I'll put this in brackets, all right? And then this is the extract function, all right? So I'm extracting month from shipment date. So when I run this, you could see, so I didn't give it an alias, so I could just say month, all right? So when I do this, it shows me the months in number. So it's month is 6, right? So it shows me 6 6. So all these are it's extracted. So yes, so all the dates here have the same month. So I could continue and run this extract. Okay. And I want you to pick out, let's say day, let's say day, okay, from shipment dates. So let me put this on another line. So you could see it has extracted the day. Okay, this is 01, which is 1 2 3. All right. Now there is something else that we could extract. So I want to extract, let me give this an alias. This is as day. Okay. So this is day. Now there is I want to introduce another thing which is day of the week. So I want to extract day of the week. Okay, so if it is Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, that's what it means. Day of the week from shipment dates. Shipment dates. And when I would say as a day of the week. Day of the week. So right. So when I run this, it shows me 1st of June is 4. So this 4 is has nothing to do with the dates. So this 4 means it starts from this 0 means it's Sunday. All right. So you could calculate Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right. So that is Sunday is 0, Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, Sunday is 0, Monday is 1, Tuesday is 2, Wednesday is 3, Thursdays 4. Okay, so let's just go to the notepad and let's see what we could do here. So we're saying for to extract, or okay, extract values, extract values from dates in Postgres. All right. So how we're going to do this? We would just say would use the keyword. We'll just say select, okay, and we'll say extract. All right. Select extract, and we'll say months from from where? From the dates, right? We'll say month from the dates column. All right. So just say month from the dates, okay. And this is if we want to extract the month, okay, to extract the month. All right. So we want to extract the month. This is what we do. If we want to extract the day, I will just do this, and we have day of the week. Okay, so this is day of the week. Uh, day of week. Yeah. So now let me just put the queries here so we could understand it better. And I put the day here. Select extract. So I would say day. Okay. Then here I would say DOW. Okay. So if you want to extract the month, this is the key. This is the statement. Want to extract day, this is the statement. We just do extract day from dates. Okay. Extract day of week from the date. So let's we're trying to see the day of week. So this is how the day of week is. We have zero. Okay, we have zero, one, two, three, 4, 5, and 6. All right. So this zero means Sunday. All right. Then it goes like that. So this means Monday. This means Tuesday. All right. So just be fast with this. Wednesday, um, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay. So based on this, we could go to let me just so that means on the 1st of June was on Thursday, right? So the weekend here is the 4th of June was on Sunday, all right, and we have six, which would be Saturday. So let's assume that I want to add another column to this. This column you're adding is not like you're adding a column. It's the calculation. It only exists within this query. All right. Okay, so now I want to put in I want to display if this is weekend or not. Okay, so instead of just going through the table, and seeing all these things, you could just think of something else and say, instead of displaying these numbers, let's have another column that shows if it is weekend or not. All right, so now let's do that. So I would just go to write my SQL query and saying that I should select, let's just select, what should we select? Select the shipment date. Okay, let's select shipment date. And then want to do, I want to do a case here. All right, so let me just do a case, and after the case we do an end, and let me just also write from, so I won't forget, from shipment. Okay, so I can just go to this case and start writing things down. So I would say when, what are we going to say? When shipment dates, or let's say when extract, okay, when extract, I want to extract the shipment date. So I want to extract when the day of week from shipment date. Okay. when the day of week from shipment date is in, I would say 0 and 6, which is weekend, right? 0 and 6 is weekend. So I'll say the when is just like your where, all right? So it's just that the when is used in the case. So whatever you do with your where to filter, you could do that with your when, okay? Just like having is for group by, when is for cases. Okay, so I'm saying that when we extract the date of week from shipment date in, so if the date of week in shipment date is 0 or 6, then I want you to write weekend. Okay. Else, okay, so I don't need to I don't need to write another when statement. So if it's not weekend, then it is a weekday. Okay, so I could just say day, end as day of week. Okay. So then I'd say from shipments. Okay, so when I run this, you could see I have weekday, weekday, weekend, weekday, weekday. So let me just put beside it, let me just put the let me just put this, extract this so that we could see the numbers attached to it. So I'll do this, maybe I'll put an alias as DOW. All right, so I recommend that you watch this video again if you don't understand. So what's the issue here? It says when extracts shipment dates. Okay, so I shouldn't have included this when. I didn't know I copied that alongside. So I will just run this. All right. So now you could see that 4 is Thursday, right? So it's a weekday. 5 is Friday, is a weekday. 6 is Saturday, so it's a weekend. Sunday is 0, is a weekend. 1 is Monday, is a weekday. Okay, so this could come in handy, all right, like maybe you want to do some analysis of the orders that are being taken, and you want to check if you want to know when people buy things the more, if those days are on weekdays or weekends, so you could run your analysis. All right, so these are different ways you could do it. I could even change, maybe I could say is weekend. The most popular one that people just use is they'll just write is weekend. All right, more like a question is weekend, and then if it is between 0 to 6, you would see something like let's say true. Okay, something like true, and if it is not so, we'll see something like false. So it's more like saying is weekend, false is not weekend, false is not weekend, true it is weekend, true it is weekend. All right, so people prefer, a lot of people prefer to use this method to calculate weekend, so that when they run the analysis they could just, if it is true, then it is weekend. All right, so this and so many other cases that we could use case statements. So what have we learned so far? We have seen other ways of manipulating the dates, right? So you could extract the month, you could extract the day, and you could extract the day of the week. And then you have also seen how to even make use of this to bring out some logical insights. Okay, so you could apply that to a table to confirm if the day that a shipment or an activity or an event was carried out happened on a weekday or on a weekend, by means of adding the case statement and the extraction of the date of the week. So I believe that you had fun with this, and it might look kind of bulky, and that is why there's a playback. So you could go back and rewatch this, take your time, and you understand it, apply it, and you see how very instrumental this could be to elevate your query prowess. All right. So till we meet again in our next session, keep sequeling.